So, we're finally here. The penultimate episode. And for the penultimate episode, I am wearing what would usually be my trademark headphones. I got that the wrong way around. I wear these quite a bit when I'm outdoors. So I have foregone the hat, as there are only two ideas left. I didn't see the point in using the hat. So, I don't know what to do here. Let's try and mix them up a little bit so that I don't know which one's which in my hands. Okay. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Got to talk about the toe. If it rolls, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one is the one we're doing today. What is this idea? Oh. This is a really big piece of paper for something that is literally one word. Okay. This is idea number 24. Nostalgia. So I guess this is just talking about stuff that I remember watching, playing, liking as a kid. I don't know why I said kid instead of child. I am British, not an American. So I'm just gonna quickly check what note I made on my phone for this. Because a lot of them have little bracket things that are usually on the piece of paper, and I'm pretty sure... Nope, it's just nostalgia. Okay. Well, I guess I can talk about things that, have really formed my sense of humor and shit. Or, formed the kind of things I'm interested in. Because if you listened to me talk about some of the ideas I had in one of the previous episodes, you'd know that, for the kind of horror thing I was looking at, I feel like stuff like Tales of the Crypt Keeper and Courage the Cowardly Dog, and to a weird extent, the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack are all kind of influences of that, because those shows are all creepy in their own way. And I grew up really liking Courage the Cowardly Dog and Flapjack, though I also did watch a little bit of Crypt Keeper, but it wasn't my favorite thing. There was also this one show, I can't remember its name, and I don't remember the name of it. I just know that the opening had a child trying to eat popcorn, but as they looked down at the popcorn, it wasn't popcorn, it was maggots, and that's the only thing I remember, and the opening being in stop motion, even though the rest of the show was 2D. I can't remember the name of that show. I just remember that image in particular, because obviously it grossed me out as a child. I mean, okay, let's just get stuff out of the way. Let's just get, shows that I really like out of the way that I grew up with. So, I can't even say I grew up with Gravity Falls, because I watched that not when I was, 10. I'm gonna try and say, 10 and under stuff. So, Pokemon, Digimon, Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Z, Avatar The Last Airbender, I was actually sitting here, right? I was sitting down and I was having this conversation with one of my friends the other day, because I used to watch Fox Kids and Jetix, and he never knew that Fox Kids existed, and I'm like, what? So that was where I watched stuff like Digimon, Sailor Moon, fucking, oh my god, so much. We sat down, and sitting down and looking at some of the shows that used to be on TV, I remembered something called this is the longest name ever. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. And I can't say it without wanting to sing it, because the opening just says that over and over again. And that was a really interesting show as well. Well, it wasn't interesting, but it was a show I liked. It was basically Power Rangers, but with monkeys. Saying that, Power Rangers was dope as shit. Oh god. No, to be fair, I will say, nostalgic-wise, I fucking love the Mega Man series, because, I found out about the Mega Man series when I was, 8. Well, no, I say that. I'd watched NT Warrior, which was the Battle Network anime, ages ago, and then when I hit, 8, I got into the video games, because I remember seeing, I think it's Brental Floss do, a Mega Man 2 with lyrics thing, and I went, what's Mega Man 2? And I looked it up, and I played Mega Man 2, and I was like, this is sick as shit, and I really liked it. But, ooh, I don't like Mega Man 1. I will put that one out there right now. I don't like Mega Man 1. It is a not bad game, but ooh, is there a lot of issues with it. Saying that, Pokemon Red and Blue, same thing. A lot of issues. Actually, no. I am 18 years old. I grew up with Pokemon, but the first games I played were not Red and Blue. The first Pokemon game I technically played or watched being played was Pokemon Stadium, but the first game I owned was Pokemon Emerald. To people, that makes me sound young as shit, which probably, yeah, but my first game was Pokemon Emerald, and I had to go back to play Gold and Silver and Red and Blue, which I still enjoyed, but Red and Blue is real fucking broken as a game. Oh gosh, I remember sitting down with my cousins, playing Tomb Raider Lara Croft, like, oh my god, oh wow, I'm like, I don't like this feeling. You know when, like, there's stuff that you thought you didn't remember, and yet you're going back through it, and your brain's like, nope, you remember this, you remember that. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Though, saying that, going back to TV shows for a second, I forgot to mention stuff like Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, El Tigre, which nobody seems to fucking remember. Like, El Tigre was sick as shit. I watched the Wayside cartoon, which got me into the Wayside books, and I currently own all the Wayside books, which is wild to say. That, and of course, Lord of the Rings. Wow, I had a very, very cartoon-based childhood. That explains a lot. Because I'm trying to sit here and I'm like, oh, what, like, live-action shit did I see? All the stuff my sisters watched, basically. No, actually, there's a reason why I'm such a weird human being, and it is because I remember sitting there at the age of 8 watching the first Final Destination with my sister, with my elder sister. She told me, hey, by the way, this is a horror movie, you might not want to watch this, and me being 8 went, I don't care, and I sat and I watched the movie. And I was like, I'm 8, right? I'm 8 years old. I watched Itchy the Killer and Final Destination at 8. But before that, before those two movies, both of which are movies that now I go, oh wow. But before I was just like, haha, what's happening? I was scared of the Incredibles at like 4. What the fuck? What is wrong with me? How was I scared of the Incredibles? Yeah, I sat down very easily and watched Final Destination. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Oh, wow. Wow. This is a weird situation. Because there's stuff that I remember, but also stuff that I don't quite remember, and I don't know if I made it up. I'm trying to, like, go through stuff. Books. What books did I read? Lord of the Rings. Duh. I really remember liking the first How to Train Your Dragon book, but I never got into the whole series, which is kind of a shame. Oh, what is it called? The Famous Five. That's what it's called, by Enid Blyton, I think. Even though those books have very swiftly deteriorated from what I've seen, but when I was reading them, I really liked them. Because I was reading ones that weren't about Brexit, so take that how you will. Though maybe they all had political messages in them and I just didn't remember. Something I am nostalgic about, and I know is considered bad, but I don't care, is the Nickelodeon series of Unfortunate Events. I still love that movie. A lot of people, I think, now are saying, it wasn't great. Which probably, but here's the thing about nostalgia, it makes you like things that you know are bad. Like, I like Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game, right? That game is not good, objectively, but I fucking love it. I think it's great because I grew up with that game. Again, same thing with A Series of Unfortunate Events, the movie. I'm pretty sure a lot of people think that that's terrible. In fact, here's the perfect thing, and I know that this is gonna get me shit by a lot of my friends, because I make fun of this movie, but Shark Tale is a movie I grew up with, and I think is okay. I think now that I'm older, I recognize that it's not the best movie, and I like it in a different way than I did when I was a child, but I still like the movie. I know that, again, it's not a good movie, and my sisters would fight me on that, because they think it's a great movie, but it's just, there's a lot of jokes in it that are actually good, but so much of it is built off of references that it comes off as like, oh wow. What other things do I know are bad? I mean, I could say all of the Sonic series, but that's too much. No. Actually, kind of, because I remember playing Sonic the Fighters, which is a terrible, terrible game, but I fucking loved it. I had a good time playing that game. That's something that I was about to say, and I can't remember, it just flew out my head. Shit. I mean, does Star Wars count? Star Wars is right there. Not Star Wars based, but just kind of like comic book media based, even though, again, Star Wars has comic books, okay? I had a teacher, and I probably shouldn't say his name, but I'm gonna say it anyway, because I haven't seen him in fucking years. I had a teacher called Mr. Hately, and despite his name having the word hate in it, he was a fucking chill dude. He was the best. He used to have, like, a corner in his classroom at all times that had, like, comic book shit that you know was his, because he went, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, would go through and be like, this is the story of this character, this is the lore of that character, and me, being the tiny nerdy 8-year-old who really liked the Spider-Man movies and TV shows, went, this is great, and he somehow convinced the school that it was a good idea to show us Judge Dredd, like the original Judge Dredd movie, which is not suitable for like 10-year-olds, but he put it on anyway, because I remember sitting there in class watching a dude's head explode. Oh wow, he was very irresponsible, but I still liked him. He was a good dude. Oh my god, this is a weird time. Like, I'm 18, right? And because I'm 18, I've grown up with, like, nostalgia being different for me compared to, like, my sisters or people on the internet. Because I could watch somebody on the internet be like, my nostalgic era is NES and SNES games. And I'm like, I only just about existed when the N64 came out. Just about. And by the time of my living memory, the GameCube was right there. So I don't fucking know. It's weird, because me saying, oh, I grew up with the GameCube being, like, the first console I could remember, is gonna make a lot of people be like, what the fuck? You never grew up with this or that or that? And I'm like, no, because I'm 18. I was born in 1999. Like, oh, and, like, at the end of 99 as well. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. But then also saying that, there's a lot of stuff that people don't think I'm nostalgic about because I'm born in 99. Like, the old He-Man cartoon, for example. I've had people be like, what the fuck, there's no way you watched the original He-Man that was on when I was a child. And I was like, there's this magical thing called reruns. They did it quite a bit back in early 2000s. They would show a lot of, 80s and 90s shows when they didn't have anything else new at the time to show. Even though now a lot of the reruns are of, like, shows that were really popular back in, like, mid-2000s. Like, I know Cartoon Network right now, when they do reruns, it's either of old episodes of their current shows, or they do Teen Titans, because Teen Titans is linked to Teen Titans Go, and it was a very popular show at the time, so they rerun it. But otherwise, I don't fucking know. But nostalgia is a fucking weird thing, because it's so different for everybody. Like, I watched a lot of Cartoon Network. I watched a lot of Cartoon Network. I grew up with, like, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls, shit like that. And, you know, sometimes every once in a while, The Wild Arthur on fucking CBBC, because Arthur was a great show. But then there are shows that my friends talk about that were on, like, again, CBBC, for example, which is basically the child's version of BBC for you Americans. They would mention shit that I'm like, I've never heard of this. I never watched this in my life. And it's fucking crazy. It's fucking wild. I don't get how people of the same fucking age group can watch such wildly different shit or read such wildly different shit, and it like I'm gonna end this episode before I start having like a weird existential crisis about nostalgia. You can tell that I have a stutter, can't you? Like, oh man, oh well. Either which way, thank you so very much for watching. This is the second to last episode. Tomorrow is the final one. Holy fucking shit. I can't believe I'm nearly done with this series. It feels like I should have more ideas for this. I feel like I should be doing this into July. I'm not, but it feels like I should be. But, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you all have a very nice day today, and I will see you next time. So, goodbye.